We'll be getting ready to play here in just a while, a little bit. We gotta let some people get here first. John, no problem. Thanks for watching. You don't need to play. You can just watch. If you want to play, type in I'm in. Just type it in, I'm in, if you want to play. We need at least 4 people. I can play with one horse, so we need at least 3 actually. I can control one, no big deal. You don't normally have to have pen and paper to play this game, but the way we're going to do it, I think the best way to do it would be to write down. Everybody's going to have I'll go over everything here in a little bit if we get enough people to play, first of all. All we need is 3 people. I'll go over everything at that point. So it may be a little bit. We'll just kind of hang out until then. It's not a very difficult game. It's really only about 2 or 3 things you'll have to remember, and I'll help you every time. It's your turn. It's pretty simple, really. So again, if you want to play, type in I'm in the chat window, and I'll write your name down. Otherwise, we're just going to hang out till we get some people that want to play. How long does the game last? Well, it's a good question. It depends on how many people we have. It can take about 45 minutes to an hour. If we have 8 people, probably an hour. Especially with the lag. Like when I say something, it takes a while for you guys to hear it. So there's kind of a lag there. That kind of puts a little hamper on things. But, I'm going to say 45 to an hour. All we're doing is going around the track one time. I'm going to run and get a drink of water first. Thought I had it with me, but I don't. Again, if you want to play, type in I'm in, and I'll write your name down. All right, so Steve Ryan's here. He's in. Charlie the Champ. We are going to play some horse racing. It's called Turf Master. If you want to play, you're welcome to. You can just type in "I'm in" and you can play. We need at least 3 people. I can control a horse if need be. We need at least 4, so we need at least 3 of you guys. So we got Steve. It's not a difficult game. I'll walk you through it. I'll give you you only need to remember maybe 2 or 3 things on your turn. You're in, Charlie the Champ. All right. I'll just write Charlie. So John's at work, so he can't play. Totally understandable. I'll go over everything once we get the field set. Till then, we will just hang out and wait. So you'll need pen and paper. You don't normally need pen and paper for this game, but you're going to write your cards down. That way I don't have to show you your cards every time. And once you use a card, you can just exit off. And that way other people don't have to look at your cards every time, and they, kind of concentrate on their own cards. And so that's all you're going to do. You're just going to write down your cards, the number of the cards that you have. Well, not the number of cards, but the numbers on your cards. You'll have 10 cards. Like I said, I'll go over all that again once we get... I'd like to have 4 of you guys, so I don't have to control a horse, if at all possible. So we need really 2 more people would be good. Something a little different. It's not baseball, I know, but I thought we'd change it up a little bit. See if we can, turn some people on to some horse racing, maybe. I did do a video on this game. It's like one of the very first videos I ever made. Probably, 2 years, 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago or so. Not very good quality, not very good at all, but I think it's still on there. Should be still on there. Obviously, this game can take up to 8 players. You need really 4 people. And my internet is giving me problems. The game could take probably 45 minutes. Unless we had a full field, it may take a little longer, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So, come on, somebody step up. It's not hard. There's no, I don't think any of these guys have played it before. Steve, have you played it? Or Charlie? Have you guys played it before? It's highly doubtful. This game's pretty hard to get. It's from Germany. I found it at, let's see. I got the little, That's where I found it. Time well spent games. As far as I know, the only video on the internet showing you how to play this game is mine. That's why I did it, because there was there wasn't any video showing you how to play this game. You have not played it. It may take longer to find people to play than it's actually going to take to play. Hope not. Never played it? Okay. I know Steve Castro's wanting to play, and Beatles Eternally. If they would show up, then we could have a couple more. I know they were wanting to get in. They're probably both still sleeping. Atba Saddle Racing, yeah. I want that game. Cannot find it. I mean, I can find it every once in a while for, good grief, $275, $300. I don't understand why they don't make that game anymore. Why not make it? I don't get it. I'm sure they didn't they didn't sell enough maybe, but if somebody orders one, just tell the printer, hey, we need to print off some saddle racing cards. I'm sure it's not that easy maybe, but it seems like it could be. I think if I owned Appa or Stratomatic, I would first buy a printing business and put my business in there, in a printing business. That way I've got my own printer. And I'm not talking about like your home office printer. I'm talking about big time print cut. You know what I mean, the big printers. Man, that'd be awesome. I just don't want to pay an arm and a leg for it. Or 2 arms and 2 legs. Because every once in a while you see them on eBay, but man, they are just, like I said, $250 to $300 usually. Do they sell them? I don't know. Cards are hard to find or aren't. I've seen a lot more cards than I have the game. A friend of mine had it, but I think he sold it. He got the computer version. They don't even make the computer version anymore. If you want to play, just say I'm in. We need another player. We need probably 2 more, really. It'd be nice. Somebody wake Ken Castro up. Or Beatles Eternally. Been on for about 19 minutes. What's going to happen is, cards are rare. Well, yeah. I've seen people selling the cards, though. They may be reprints or something, but what's going to happen is we're going to get going playing, and then somebody's going to, 3 or 4 people are going to show up. I want to play. So if you want to play, type in "I'm in," and I'll put your name down, and you are in. I'd like to have 2 more. 1 more is okay, but I'd like to have 2 more. We got Steve Ryan and Charlie DeChamps in. You'll need to have pen and paper, not normally to play the game, but the way we're going to do it, you will need pen and paper. If we could get going, it'd probably take about 45 minutes. Ken Castro's here. He's in. Now if we can get Beatles Eternally to show up. We've got Charlie, we've got Steve, we've got Ken. Get you some pen and paper. You're ready to go. I'd like 1 more. I could control a horse if I need to, but I'd rather not. Has any of you guys seen my video on Turf Master from way back in the day? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, I wouldn't encourage you to watch it. I'm just wondering. I don't like how big of a delay there is. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start explaining. This is a pretty simple game. It's 2 phases. There's a card phase, there's a dice phase. I'm going to show you the box real quick. This is what the box looks like. Every horse has its own colored deck. Okay, each horse has its own colored dice. I'm going to use just 1 set though. Of course, it's going to be the orange because I'll be rolling for everybody. Here's the deal. Like I said, there's a card phase and a dice phase. I'm going to take some of the cards out of one of the decks that we're not going to use. That's going to be the black because the black is way out here. We'll take a look at the black players' cards. We're not going to get 8 people, I'm sure. This is what they look like. So every player gets 10 cards to start with. So when I show you your cards, you'll write down the numbers. So the black player would write down 8, 8, 8, 10, 9, 10, 12, 7, 12, and 11. This is a joker. And we'll get to the Joker here in a little while. But, so that's what you're going to do. And then, so that way I don't have to keep showing you your deck of cards. If you want to play, I saw somebody else sign in. If you want to play, just type in "I'm in," and I'll get you in. I just started explaining the game. So on your turn, you're going to play a card. It's that simple, and you're going to move that number of spaces. This is a pretty good hand. The cards number from 3 to 12. 3 is the lowest, 12 is the highest. This is a very stout hand right here. Okay, there's two things to take into consideration. If you're in first place at the beginning of your turn, the most spaces you can move is 8. Here's your handicap. Position first. Actually, it should be 8. Max is 8. I don't know why it says 9. Handicap 9. Max number is 8. The maximum number of squares you can move if you're in first, tied for first. If you're in second place, the most number of squares you can move is 9. Third place, 10. From fourth place on, you can play any number of card. Now, there's only going to be 4 horses, it looks like, at this point. So whoever's in fourth can play whatever they want. Now, like I said, if everybody's tied, then they'll whatever position it is. If it's tied for second, both horses can only play a 9, etc. Now, on the dice phase, one person rolls the dice, and for instance, here's an 11. Okay, if you're in first place and you roll an 11, obviously you cannot move 11 spaces. You can only move 8. So you can either pick 11, or you can pick 6, or you can pick 5. And then once you've picked your number, 11, 6, or 5, every horse will move that number. Let's say you're in fourth place. You might want to pick 11. The first place horse then gets a choice of the 6 or the 5. Okay? They don't have to move 11, but they get a choice of either the 6 or 5. Since they can't move 11, they can move 6 or 5. Here's the other thing to remember is moving 6 spaces or less. If you move 6 spaces or less, you can only change lanes one time. You cannot change lanes directly in front of a horse. First of all, it won't let you because the tail gets in the way. The tail takes up an entire square, as you can see there. So you cannot be directly behind a horse. You cannot be directly in front of a horse. There's always going to be a space. If you're moving 6 or less, you can change lanes once. Let's say you're right here. But it has to be your very first move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're moving 7 or more, you can change lanes anytime you want after the 6th move. Only one more time though. You can only change lanes once within your first 6, and it has to be your first move. From 7 on, you can change lanes at any time, but only once, and it can be in any time during those moves after space number 6. So, is that clear as mud? I'll help you out. I'll show you your options. Anyway, so if anybody else wants to get in, let me know. Let's try it with 4. Let's see what happens. I've never played with just 4. We could each control 2 horses. That gets a little more complicated. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's knock off these 4 horses because we're not going to be using them. So if you want to play, just type in "I'm in." and you can play. We're going to pick who's the black horse. We're going to pick it. You guys there? Mixing them up. Black is Charlie. Charlie is pole position, if you will, if you're talking auto racing. Let's see, I'm not looking at him. Steve Ryan is, well, how do you know? There's Steve Ryan's going to be the gray horse. And then I'll be the purple. Ken Castro's yellow. It's really not that big a deal in this short of a race. Okay, so let me write this down here. Over here, Charlie is black. Let's see. Steve is gray. I'm purple. Castro is yellow. Okay, so Ken Castro will roll the dice first when it's his turn to run. And in the dice round, first of all, the dice round goes around the table. So we're sitting around the table like this. It'll be Castro will be first, then I'll roll, then Steve will roll, then Charlie will roll when it comes to the dice rolling phase. It's like we're sitting around the table that way, okay? On the card phase, it's whoever's in first plays first. Now, on the first turn, everybody's in first place. So the most you can play is an 8, unless you play a joker. I didn't get to the jokers. Sorry about that. The jokers override any handicap. You can play a joker anytime. If you're in first place, you want to play a joker, you can go 12, whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. That's what the jokers are for. All right, so I'm going to show Charlie his cards. Now, I'm not going to put them in order, so actually I'm going to show Charlie and Steve. I'm going to put them all on there at the same time. That way you can kind of concentrate on your own cards and not be concentrating on looking at somebody else's hand. Let's see. Okay, Charlie, Steve, and then Ken Castro is yellow. All right, here we go. There's Ken's cards. Steve, here's your cards. See, make sure you can see everything there. And then Charlie, here's yours. Let me know when you've gotten everything written down. If you can't see something, let me know. Let's see, something's hiding there. There's gotta be one hiding. There it is. And I'm knocking everything over, trying to get everything in the picture here. Once you've gotten everything written down, let me know if you can see your jokers. They have the picture on them. The joker has the picture. You can play those anytime. I have to reset the horses, but I just killed all the horses. Let me know when you've got them written in. Three's the lowest, 12's the highest. Yep. Dude. I've got a pretty good hand. Okay? Charlie's ready. Steve's ready. Ken. Did you get it, Ken? Hope so. If you did, let me know. Okay, good. All right, let me reset the horses since I knocked them all over here. Charlie's first. Tell me a number you want, Charlie. And if you want, you can't really change lanes on the first move because you can't step in front of a horse. Unless you play an 8, you can change lanes at the end of your movement there. So what number do you want to go with, Charlie? Charlie is the red. I'm going to go with an 8. Charlie plays an 8. So here's your option. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 6, 7, 8. Option A or B. A or B. Stay on the inside. You're here. If you want to change lanes, you can move here. Stay on the inside. Okay, Steve, what you got? So go ahead and X off your 8, Charlie. Seven, okay. That's going to put you here, or if you change lanes, you can move here. Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's either put you here or here, A or B. Stay on the same lane or change. Steve went with a 7. No change. Okay. Ken Castner, I'm up actually. I'm going to go 7. I'm going to stay right there. Now Ken Castro's up. Six. You can change, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. You can change lanes to here, or you can just go straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just want to go straight. No lane change, I'm assuming. All right, this is your roll, Ken. Ken is rolling the dice. He rolled an 8. And so every horse is going to move whatever you pick. You can pick a 6, a 2, or an 8. Six, 2, or 8. And Steve Ryan will move first. Card with the move limits. First place is 8. Second place is 9. Third place is 10. It says handicap 9, but its max is 8. That's kind of confusing. So most you can move, Steve, is 8. You're in first. Castro can move whatever he wants, but he rolled an 8, so he can move 8. You're picking 6, okay? So Steve Ryan, you are up first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you could change lanes if you want. No, you have to. You have to pick. You can only choose the dice if you're over. Like if he rolled a 10 or something, then you could pick one of the two. But since he rolled an 8, picked an 8, you have to move 8. Right, so you're moving 8. Okay. Stay in the same lane. And Charlie, what about you? You gonna stay in the same lane, or because you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll put you right here, or right here. It's either here or here, A or B. Stay in the same lane or change. Oh, that was Charlie. Sorry. Charlie was up first. That was my bad. Charlie's red. I was thinking Steve was red. Charlie. Now Steve Ryan. You're going to stay in the same? Charlie was right here, right? 1. Played an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's Charlie. That's more like it. Okay. I will also move 8. Castro, 8. I'm assuming. Now you can change lanes if you want. I didn't put your card out there. You played a 6. I didn't put your card out there. You played a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. You have to move. If you can move 8, you have to move 8. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can't. You can only change lanes one more time, and that would put you right there. So you're going to have to go there. You can change it to an outer lane if you want. But okay, Charlie, you're up. Card playing time. You can play 8 or less. You can play a joker. 8 or less or a joker. Now, if you play a higher card and it's not a joker, then you just have to eat the rest of your card. You can't use it. I'm going to move this a little bit, try to get that corner in there. Charlie's going to play a 7. Okay. Staying on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put you right there. Or 1. You can change lanes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or 7. Actually, it puts you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put you right here. It's the next line. You go from this line to this line. So it puts you right here. If you want to move to the outside, no change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, Steve. You can play. You are tied for second. You play a max. You can play as a 9 or a joker. Hopefully you got your jokers marked. I didn't mention that, but 9 or a joker. You can play a 3, okay. You want to change lanes? Put you right here. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Before you play that 3, something I didn't mention. You're probably not going to use all your cards. You will probably not use all your cards. You probably have 2 left over. My bad. I didn't mention that. So if you want to change, you can. Yeah, you will probably have 2 left over. I've never seen anybody use all their cards, okay? You can play an 8, alright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or, no, same lane? Okay, we're all staying in the same lane. Let's see, I'm up. I can play a 9 or less, or a joker. Let's see. I think I'm going to play a 7 again. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Ken Castro. Eight, same lane. You don't want to move in, huh? You can squeeze in a lane if you want. Okay, so this is my dice roll. I'm sitting to the left of Ken. I've got a 9. So right now, Charlie's in first. I'm in third. I can play a 10 or less. You're going to stay, okay. I'm going to use the 9. I'm going to use the 9. So Charlie, you can either use a 5 or a 4. You can either use a 5 or a 4, Charlie, because you cannot move 9. Since you're in first place, the most you can move is 8. Charlie, you're up. You're going to move a 5. Put you right there. And that's out of the picture. Okay, Steve Ryan, you can move 9 if you'd like. Actually, you have to move 9. Sorry. So, do you want to change lanes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or you could squeeze in here. It's either here or here. 9 to the inside, okay. One, two, three, 4, 5. Yep. Okay, so I'm up. Let's see, 1 would put me here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Have to do it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Puts me right there. Ken Castro, do you want to move in? It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, put you right there. Okay, Steve Ryan is up on the card phase. Pick a card. try to get this in the picture better without. I gotta readjust. I could probably move this way a little more. Steve Ryan, you're up. Your card play. You can play an 8 or less or a joker. Eight out one lane. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or let's see. First of all, 1. Wait a minute. 1. No. If you change lanes, it's going to have to be right here. 1 in your first 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put you there, or if you go straight and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be the same thing. Put you right there. Out one lane. Okay. On a second, I can play a 9 or less, or a joker. I'm going to play a... Wow. I'm going to play an 8. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's me right there. Okay, so tied for third. Both you guys, Charlie and Ken. Charlie's up first. He can play a 10 or less or a joker. Since you're both in third place, 10 or less or a joker for both Ken and Charlie. I didn't put your card out there, did I, Steve? Played an 8. Or did I? Yeah, I did. Should be 3 cards out there for everybody. Why am I... Let's see. Steve, you've played... Maybe I'm looking... 10, same lane. Okay. Can you go 10? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can't go 10 in the same lane. You'll have to switch lanes. Castro, 1. We'll have to do Charlie first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Charlie, you can't play a 10 and stay in that same lane. It'll push you. It'll put you behind me. It'll bump you up too close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's the most you can play and stay in the same lane. If you change lanes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 would put you right here. If you stay with the 10, it'll put you right here. Jonathan Vanderzeel, giddy up. We're playing some horse racing. Move 9, you're going to still have to change lanes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I miscounted on that last one, but it'd put you right there if you did a 10. 9 will put you right here. Okay. 9 puts you right there. And Ken, you're going 10. 1 in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's the most you can play if you go in 1. 8. You can go in 2 if you play an 8. We were waiting on you, Beatles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 puts you right here. If you stay in the same lane, Ken. Okay, same lane then, right? Coming around the outside, we've got Ken Castro. Okay. And I'm not keeping track of your cards very well, but hopefully you are. Charlie played 9. Let's get that out of there. And I played I got mine out. For some reason I'm off on Steve Ryan. Steve, what all have you played so far? You played a 7 and an 8, and what else? This is Steve Ryan's roll. All right, Steve, this is your roll. It's a 9. You are in first place. So obviously you can't use a 9. So you can pick a 5 or a 4 since you're in first place. You've played a 7, 8, and 9. Okay. I've got your 7 and your 8. I didn't have your 9 out. Alright, so let's move my camera back a little bit so I can have some room here. Steve, you can play a 5, a 4. You can't play a 9 because you're in first place. The most you can move is 8. So obviously you want to pick the 5 or the 4. And then everybody else will move that number. 5. Same lane. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's either here or here. Inside or same lane. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me. Ken Castro, you're next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can go. Nope, you can't cut in front of him. So you can't change lanes. Because this would be the next. From this dash to this dash is your next. Is where you're going. That's what you're looking at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Charlie does not get boxed in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah. Okay, so Steve Ryan is still up on the cards. 8 or less or a joker. 8 or less or a joker. 12 joker inside lane. All right, he's taking off. Here he goes. 1, you can move there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But you're right there. And I'm going to pull out your 12 joker there. Trying to separate a little bit. I'm going to play... I can play a 9 or less, or a joker. I will play a... I'm going to play an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Steve was right. Yeah, I'll play an 8. And Charlie, you are up. You can play a 10 or less or a joker. $10 or less or joker. For Charlie or Ken, both 10 or less. You're both tied for third. So 10 or less or joker. Ken Castro. Okay, so here is Charlie's roll. And I didn't get, so it's an 8. You can play an 8. You can play a 5 or a 3. Let's see. Ken played a 10. Just a regular 10. Charlie played a 10. Whoever finishes last gets turned into glue. You're probably right. It's probably not far off. Oh, I guess I need to move that up a little bit. It's a 5 or a 3 or an 8. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Steve Ryan moves first. Steve Ryan moves first. Whoever's in first moves first. There are no ratings for horses. You get a deck of cards, and you get a hand of cards, and you play those cards. So Steve Ryan, you're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now Charlie, you want to move in 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Steve Ryan, do you want to move, or Ken Castro, you want to move in? I think every deck's the same. There's 32 cards in the deck. The cards look like this. And that's a joker there. 8, move in 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you can move 8, you have to move 8, even if it means you move to the outside lane. So I had to move to the outside lane because of that. All right, card phase. Steve Ryan's up again. First place, 8 or less, or joker. 8 or less, or joker for Steve Ryan. Coming around turn number 3. 3, same lane. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Charlie, the champ, is up, and you guys are tied for second. Actually, no. Charlie, you are in second. If you look here, you see the lines here. This line is ahead of this line, so you are slightly ahead of Ken Castro. You're at second, Castro's in third. You can play a 9 or less, or a joker. Nine or less, or joker. 4 in the same lane. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So Ken Castro, you play 10 or less in the same lane. Now we've got quite a few people watching now. It's too bad we already started, because we could handle up to 8 people, but back about an hour ago when we were trying to get people. You're calling the hotline. I know, that's kind of funny, isn't it? 9 in the same lane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ken Castro is in the lead. And there's his 9. I'll put that out. Okay, I'm up. I'm going to play a... Man. Let's see. I'm going to play a 9. Let's see. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I played a 9. Alright, now I gotta move this. I keep having to adjust stuff here. Let's see, it's a dice round and it's back to Ken Castro. For the dice roll. Okay, a 7, 5, or 2. 7, 5, or 2. It's hard to figure out the strategy first time you play it. You need to play it a few times. I still haven't really played it enough to know all the strategy. Can the jockey take the whip to Castro? Well, if you get right up next to him, you probably could. I really need to be the orange horse, but 5 or 2 or a 7. 7, same lane. try to get this in the picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can jump to that inside lane if you want, coming around the final turn. Or do you want to stay in the same lane? Castro, you stay in the same lane or are you moving in? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Steve Ryan said 7. Well, you have no choice. We're all moving 7. 6. And you're going to have to move out 1 because we all have to move 7. The only time you get to pick is if it's above your handicap, then you can pick one of the 2 other numbers. Let's see, me, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't do that. 1. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could move in 1. I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Charlie the Champ, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inside or out? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So here's your 2 options. Inside or outside? Okay. Back to the card round. Ken Castro's up. And you're in first place, 8 or less, or a joker. 8 or less or a joker. It's hard to get everything in there. Let me see if I can back out a little more. This right here is not the finish line. It's down a little bit farther. This is not the finish line. This is the start line. Finish line's down here where it says Zeal. Joker what? Let's see. You got a 9 joker or a 10 joker, right? Which one? I'm showing you got a 9 or a 10. Ten joker it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Steve Ryan, you can play a 9 or less, or a joker. Now, once we get to the finish line, if 2 or more horses pass the finish line on the same turn, it's whoever goes the farthest past the finish line is the winner. Not the first to cross. 9 on the inside. Steve Ryan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, I'm going to play, let's see. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to play a 10. Let's see, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's me right there. And Charlie DeChamp, 11. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Have to move here first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Put you right there. Alright, dice rolling, and I'm up on the dice rolling. Let's see. Need to move this back out a little bit. That red line is the finish line. So dice rolling. Oh, it's an 8. I'm going to pick a 2. I'm going to pick 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so Ken Castro's up. 8 or less. Or Joker. Again, here's the finish line. It's whoever passes the finish line the farthest is the winner. Eight or less or Joker. By the way, if you're tuning in late, Ken Castro started on the outside lane. He's playing a masterful game so far. We'll see. Maybe the horse might trip on the last. I'm not looking at your cards either. I mean, I'm not scumming through your cards. Ken Castro's been eating special Berry Bond Super Growth Carrots. Can I use Joker 11 or no? Well, do you have an 11 Joker? You don't have an 11 Joker. You had a 10 and a 9 is what I'm showing you with. You have a regular 11. You got a 9 Joker you could use, or an 8. 9 joker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, Steve Ryan, you can play a 9 or less, or a joker. Okay, I can play a 9 or less or joker, and 9 is the best I can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. It puts me right there. Charlie DeChamp. Looks like Castro's going to win this. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do you have a 12 joker, Charlie? Or it doesn't matter. You can play whatever you want. You're in 4th. Play your 11. Two laps. Man, I wish. You gonna play your 11, Charlie? I would assume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, if 2 horses tie, so Castro wins. Castro is the winner. If 2 horses go the same distance pass, it's whoever's on the inside lane. I know I should have given you a little more heads up on that, but let's see. For some reason, I didn't keep track of your cards very well, obviously, because I've still got like cards left over here. Okay, so I'm going to play an 8, which is the most I can play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it looks like Charlie, the best you can do is a 3. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm showing you with, because you can play an 8 or less. So, Steve Ryan, you can play a 10 or less, because you're in 3rd. So if you play, you got a 10, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the final order. I got 2nd. Ryan in 3rd. And Charlie the Champ in 4th. Is how it ends up. That is the finals. I'm going to flip them this way so we can see, so you guys can see a little better if I do them that way. What's interesting is Charlie the Champ started on the inside. Steve Ryan started on the 2nd lane. I was on 3rd, and Ken Castro was on the outside lane. And so we finished in exactly reverse order. Thought that was kind of interesting. So you kind of see how it plays now. I didn't have one joker in my hand. I had no jokers. If we had a bigger field, I would have been in good shape. That's my hand. I actually had an 8 in there. That's not, yeah. That's my hand. The lowest thing I had was a 7. 2 7s. So I was trying to stay behind a little bit back there, so I could use these 12s, or that 12, later on, but it just didn't work out. If you don't have jokers, it's kind of tough. And then you have to know when to use that joker, or the jokers. I didn't have one joker, so it would have been better for me if we had a bigger field. I could have hung around in 4th or 5th, and then maybe surged to the lead at the end. with a 12 as well. That's what I was hoping to do anyway. But so I thought that's kind of interesting. So what did you think? Did you like it? I enjoy. There's some kind of a hidden. I think some hidden strategy in there it's not real obvious to pick out the strategy. It takes a while. I'm still learning it myself, so most fun you've had this week. Well, you did win. That always makes it a little more fun. I see every horse has its own colored deck and dice. I just use the orange dice all the way around, no big deal. So these are the remainder cards for the deck, like the yellow was Ken Castro's, and the red, each deck is made up of the same amount of cards, same makeup. You deal out 10 cards, and that's what you're gonna race with. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little abbreviation from baseball. Might do it again sometime. You're gonna rock that purple if we get a full group. Yeah, we'll try it again sometime. Hopefully we can get a full group. I'm gonna sign off for now. It's been an hour. It only took an hour and a half, and we sat around for 20 minutes. So I mean, if we got going right at the get-go, we could do this in 45 minutes probably. Of course, unless we had a full field, it may still take about an hour. With the lag and everything, it kind of takes time. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here for the moment. Might come back with some baseball a little bit later. Till then, you guys, thank you for tuning in and participating. Till then, next time, take care and God bless.